Vanessa, I know it was you. You think this is funny? You destroyed my home, and now you're destroying my name? Vanessa didn't flinch. She crossed her legs, smiled, and said, "Listen, woman, you lost the moment I entered your husband's life. You can scream, cry, roll on the floor. It changes nothing. I am not your ordinary side chick. I'm the upgrade your husband needed." Amara stared in disbelief. "You're evil. God will judge you. And you call yourself a woman." Vanessa smacked. "Oh, please, spare me that drama. You think people don't know your husband prefers a real woman? Look at you, fat, shapeless like an amoeba. You can't even satisfy him. You should thank me for keeping him happy." The woman gasped, embarrassed, as people stared. She tried to hold back her tears, but Vanessa continued, her voice sharp like a blade. "You think you can do anything? Go and pray to your God. Your husband is mine now. Do your worst." It took 3 people to pull the wife away. That day, Amara left, humiliated and broken. Vanessa felt powerful. She went home laughing, bragging to her friends about how she put that woman in her place. But Kama was patient. Let's go back to how it all started. The evening wind in Lagos carried the sound of gospel songs from a nearby church. But somewhere across the street, in a mansion lit with golden lights and pride, sat a woman who once thought she could never fall. Her name was Vanessa. To many, she was the definition of success, the kind of woman other women admired and secretly envied. Expensive cars, flawless skin, designer bags, and a chain of beauty salons across 3 states. Online, she was known as Boss V, the business guru who motivated young women to hustle hard and never depend on a man. But behind the quotes and filters was a woman with a heart colder than marble. Because for Vanessa, her success didn't come from pure hustle. It came from the destruction of other women's homes. Every designer bag she carried was a memory of a marriage she had broken. Every salon she owned was built with money from a man who once promised another woman forever. Vanessa grew up in Ibadan, in a small 1-room apartment with her mother, Mama Titi, a bitter woman whose husband had abandoned her for another woman when Vanessa was just 6. Mama Titi used to sit at the window every night, staring at the street, mumbling, "Men are users. The moment you give them your heart, they'll crush it." And little Vanessa listened. She watched her mother struggle to feed her, to pay school fees, to fight through shame and loneliness. She swore to herself that no man would ever make her beg. When she got into secondary school, Vanessa was smart, beautiful, and charming. That was where she met Charles, a calm, gentle young boy who truly loved her. They were inseparable until life scattered their story. Charles's father got a job in another city and got transferred, and distance swallowed their love. There was no proper breakup, just silence, and that silence hardened Vanessa's heart. She made a silent vow: no man would ever make her feel powerless again. Years later, Vanessa became known for her charm and business mind. But her rise began when she met Mr. Ojo, a married importer. He sponsored her first beauty salon in exchange for companionship. She convinced herself it wasn't wrong. If his wife was good enough, he won't be with me, she told herself. One affair led to another. From one man's money, she opened another branch.
From another man's broken home, she built her empire. And slowly, Vanessa learned the power of manipulation. She would enter men's lives with sweet words, cook them emotional meals, and whisper, "Your wife doesn't understand you like I do." Within weeks, marriages crumbled, and Vanessa moved on to the next man. By 30, she had more money than she ever dreamed of, but not a single genuine relationship. Then one afternoon, in a luxury hotel lobby in Victoria Island, she heard a voice she hadn't heard in years. "Vanessa!" She turned and froze. It was Charles. Time had changed him. He was taller, more confident, and with a wedding ring. He smiled shyly. "It's been a long time." That smile took her back in time, to her university days, the only time she ever felt innocent love. They exchanged numbers, started chatting, and before long, the old flame returned. Charles confessed he was married with 3 kids, but Vanessa's heart, or rather her pride, didn't care. "He was mine before she took him," she told her friend. And just like that, the forbidden love began. Vanessa and Charles began meeting in secret, at hotels, restaurants, even her house in Lekki. Soon she became impatient. She wanted him fully. But Charles was hesitant. He kept saying, "Give me time, Vanessa. I don't want to hurt my wife." Vanessa grew jealous and furious. She started calling him at midnight, just to make his wife suspicious. And it worked. One night, Charles's wife, Amara, called Vanessa. Her voice was trembling. "Who are you, please? Why are you calling my husband every night?" Vanessa smiled through the phone. "Oh, you must be Amara, the one he complains about every time. Don't stress yourself, dear. You can keep your ring. I already have his hat." Amara gasped. "You are wicked. God will judge you." Vanessa laughed. "Judge me? My dear, your husband is not a prize. You should even thank me for taking him off your hands." Then she ended the call with a smirk. For months, Vanessa and Charles did like lovers from a movie. Trips to Dubai, dinners in candlelight, endless gifts. To Vanessa, it was proof that she had finally won, that God had given her back the man destiny once stole. But under that luxury was a seed of wickedness waiting to bloom. When Amara couldn't take it anymore, she confronted Charles in tears, begging him to stop. But Charles lied, said Vanessa was just a business partner. Still, she didn't believe him. So one day, she messaged Vanessa directly. "Please, I'm a woman like you. Leave my husband alone." Vanessa read the message slowly, then laughed. She replied calmly, "You should thank me. At least now your husband smiles again. You are fat amoeba with no shape. You can't even satisfy your man. Leave us alone before I ruin you completely." And she did. A week later, Charles, in a moment of twisted desperation, sent Vanessa private pictures of Amara he had secretly taken, trying to convince her how unattractive his wife was and how beautiful Vanessa is compared to his wife. Vanessa saw it as an opportunity. She paid a blogger to leak the pictures online with a false caption, "Wife of a popular businessman caught cheating." The pictures spread fast. Within days, Amara's life was in shambles. Her neighbors mocked her. Her colleagues whispered behind her back. The humiliation was unbearable. When Amara realized Vanessa was behind it, she showed up at Vanessa's salon one afternoon, her face red with anger, her voice trembling. "Vanessa, I know it was you. You think this is funny? You destroyed my home and now you are destroying my name?" Vanessa didn't flinch. She crossed her legs, smiled, and said, "Listen, woman, you lost the moment I entered your husband's life. You can scream, cry, roll on the floor. It changes nothing. I am not your ordinary side chick. I'm the upgrade your husband needed." Amara stared in disbelief. "You're evil. God will judge you. And you call yourself a woman." Vanessa smirked. Oh, please, spare me that drama. You think people don't know your husband prefers a real woman? Look at you, fat, shapeless, like an amoeba. You can't even satisfy him. You should even thank me for keeping him happy.
You think you can do anything? Go and pray to your God. Your husband is mine now. Do your worst. It took 3 people to pull the wife away. That day, Amara left, humiliated and broken. Vanessa felt powerful. She went home laughing, bragging to her friends about how she put that woman in her place. But karma was patient. Not long after, Charles and Vanessa moved in together. For a while, life was sweet again. He treated her like a queen. Vanessa finally felt like she had won. Every time she posted pictures of their luxury lifestyle online, people flooded her page with comments. God, when? Boss V, teach us your ways. But behind the scenes, Amara was struggling alone. Her youngest child fell gravely ill. She called Charles repeatedly, begging him for money for the hospital. He ignored her. Vanessa even saw the messages and smirked. Don't send her a dime. She's trying to use the child to manipulate you. Days later, the boy died. Amara's scream that night echoed through her compound. She fainted and was rushed to the hospital. Charles heard the news, but didn't attend the burial. Vanessa didn't shed a tear. She only said, "Some people deserve what they get." From that moment, Charles began to change. When the child died 2 days later, Charles didn't shed a tear. He just sat silently staring at his phone. Vanessa tried to console him, but he pushed her hand away. "Don't touch me," he muttered. That was the beginning of the end. In the following months, Vanessa noticed Charles changing completely. He stopped buying her gifts. He stopped sleeping in her bed. He stopped calling her name softly. He came home late, smelling of alcohol and another woman's perfume. When she confronted him, shouting and crying, he looked her dead in the eye and said, "Vanessa, since you came into my life, nothing good has happened. You are bad luck. Even your presence drains me." She froze. "What did you just say?" "You heard me. There's something wrong with you. You are smelling like a corpse." Vanessa slapped him, trembling in disbelief. But Charles only chuckled, grabbed his car keys, and walked out. Her heart shattered. She thought he was angry, just saying hurtful things. But later that week, when he slapped her during an argument and told her to leave his house, she realized the love was dead. Vanessa packed her bags and left, humiliated, heartbroken, and in denial. But days later, she noticed something strange. No matter how much she bathed, a faint, unpleasant odor lingered from her private parts. She tried soaps, herbs, perfumes. Nothing worked. Her friends noticed she had changed. Quieter, thinner, lost. She started dating again, but each man left after a few weeks. One even told her, "You're beautiful, Vanessa, but something about you smells off." Her nights became long and empty. She went to hospitals. The doctors found nothing. She tried herbs, creams, fasting. Still, the smell refused to go. That was when she knew it was more than just a medical issue. One night, desperate, she went to a church she once mocked. The pastor prayed for her, his voice low and heavy. "My daughter, you have offended a woman whose tears reached God's ears. Until she forgives you, you will know no peace." Vanessa broke down, sobbing uncontrollably. For the first time in her adult life, she felt powerless. Since that night, she has been moving from one church to another, searching for that same woman, the one she insulted, humiliated, and helped destroy. And so, Vanessa wanders from place to place, praying, crying, repenting. She has stopped wearing makeup, stopped partying, stopped everything that made her proud. Every time she looks in the mirror, she whispers, "God, please, if you find her, tell her I'm sorry." But the odor remains, the guilt remains, and the haunting truth echoes every night that no woman truly wins when she builds her happiness on another woman's tears. And now, Vanessa is searching for the woman whose tears brought her to her knees. But the question is, which woman? Because over the years, she has destroyed so many homes, insulted so many wives, humiliated so many women. Now, she doesn't even know whose pain brought this curse upon her. She just keeps praying, "God, please, tell her I'm sorry."
But one thing is certain, karma never forgets. Watch out for part 2. Will Vanessa ever find the woman whose tears cursed her? And if she does, will forgiveness finally set her free?